How's it going? So today I'm going to be doing a GameCube. I don't want to call it like an ultimate GameCube. I'm just going to be improving it, right? So long story short here, I have this GameCube. It's indigo underneath. It's not black, but this is a dust cover that I reviewed. And I can put a link to that in the description if anybody's interested. But long story short, I'm going to be making some improvements to this. You're going to see this come off, of course. I can't do improvements with that on there. Are you crazy? But what I am going to be doing is putting in the new GCLoader PNP, the plug and play for those that are the uninitiated. But also, I'm going to be putting this SD2SP2 in the bottom. There's a port on the bottom that that Nintendo never used anyway. That's a serial port, but this lets you use a micro SD card instead of using your memory card and having like an SD adapter in it or anything of that nature. So you can then use this guy in the bottom, always hidden, and have your official memory card in the actual official slot. So what we'll have is the GCLoader PNP in the top, which loads ISOs that you've legally backed up, you've gotten of your own fruition, ripped and the like. But B, we'll have this in the bottom of it so that you can load homebrew, i.e. the Swiss loader is the primary thing there. But there is a homebrew loader, or a homebrew that I'll be doing that improves the GBA player capabilities, so to say. So yeah, let's just take a look right in it, and this is the first time I've opened up a GameCube, but from what I've seen online, it's relatively simple. I just wanted to go through it with you guys for my first time on camera. I think that's the most appropriate way to do it, you know, just as minimal cuts as possible. Obviously, if I'm just like stumped, I'm going to cut it because I don't want to have a camera pointed at me stumped for 10 minutes. But long story short, yeah, I think that you'll see if I make any mistakes that it's not that big of a deal, that there's always ways to backtrack or solve them, and that you shouldn't be afraid of any of this either. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so step one here, we're going to take off all the dressings and get her naked. So, on the back of these, there's a Velcro strip, and then just slides right off, and it's just that simple. If for those wondering, before you even look in the description, it's from Printer Boy. He has a really great website. It's changed a couple times, so again, I'll just post it in the description. No big deal there. I also got this custom gem. That one I don't remember where it came from. You'll have to... I will figure it out. I will put it in the description. But it's really great. They make custom gems that they sell. It might... God, I've reviewed so many different GameCube appendages. I'll get that taken care of. Don't worry about that. Alright, so let's also pluck out this beautiful Mark II from Eon GameCube HDMI adapter. And this one's the one that specifically is only for the GC001s, like what I have. So this is actually a chipped GameCube. I got it from Assembler Games back in the day when they still existed. Somebody, you know, on the seller's page, somebody was selling a mod chip GameCube. Oh, ha! These are loose. Let's get that out of there. Ta-da! Wow, that was beautiful and simple. So yeah, not only is it chipped inside with a mod chip, but it has a little chip here. What I am going to be doing in the long run is I have a review I'm going to be doing of a custom GameCube jewel that I'm going to be designing myself, or, you know, one that meets my my personality, I should say. And then I'm going to be changing this shell out with a black one. So this will eventually become a black one. So if anybody has a used black one that looks fine on the outside but broken as fuck on the inside, let me know, because I will gladly buy it off of you. And like the front of it's a little, I don't know how to word it, yellowed, but I'm not too keen on retro brighting, mainly because I don't want to buy a whole little setup just for this, UV lights and the like, so yeah. You can see on the bottom that it still has these original serial port covers. They are actually very indigo comparatively, if you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in a smidge. So yeah, look at this business. you could see the color difference very well. Alright, so I'm going to set all these pieces aside and organize them so that I can keep track of everything and put it back the way it was once it's done, as everybody should do as they go along. Alright. Alright, carrying on here, let's just go ahead and dig into the SD2SP2. There are official sellers of this, whoever created it first. I don't know that. All I know is I went on eBay. I spent exactly $2 shipped and I got one of these. So if it doesn't work, it's $2, guys. It was worth it, and it got there pretty quick. It said like up to a month, but I think it was only a couple weeks. And I somehow, some way, happen to have a, I don't know if you can see that there. Maybe not. No big deal, I'll just tell you. It is a 1.0 SanDisk. Not like a SanDisk 1.0, like as in it's the first SanDisk micro SD card ever. It is a 1 gigabyte micro SD card. I found that in all my schmutz, and I thought, what? I mean, there's no way I'm going to even fill up 1 gigabyte's worth of homebrew on here, so I figured this was the smartest thing, so I didn't have to use an 8, 16, 32, whatever. So I believe that it goes in this little fella right here. Yep, it fits right in. The main concern I have is, does it matter which way it goes? Is it the same forward as it is backward? Ooh, an interesting question, to say the least. You know what, give me a second, because I want to make certain that I give everybody the correct information. Is it memory card facing the other serial port, or is it memory card facing the edge? So, oh, it actually says, hold on here, we go. Well, that does not clarify anything. It says this side face outside. I'm guessing that means this side faces that way, the outside of the GameCube. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to trust it. I would never want to lead anybody astray, so if it turns out that this is wrong, obviously I will just notate that when I edit it. But that's good. So I will put this back on. What? Well, you know, snappy. You need to be stronger than that. There we go. And yeah, this doesn't have a cover. I don't know. I don't know if it came without a cover, or if I did something with it because I knew I was just going to leave the Game Boy player attached. Either way, no big deal, because we are going in through the top side now. So, how do we get in? Ooh, okay. Not through the top side. We're going to take these 4 screws out, and then when we flip it right side up, the top side should come right off. I've had these, what is the brand? Hilti brand. Just a very small set of screws and a screwdriver with bits. But I did find that these 4.5 and 3.8 millimeter drives from eBay, I don't remember the seller, snap right in. It's beautiful. The only difference is I can never remember if 3.8 is Sega or if it's Nintendo. Well, it's Sega. So, there we go. I do kind of wish these tips that I bought were magnified. Magnetized. Holy crap. I need to take a nap. Sometimes I watch YouTube videos myself and I hear somebody make a mistake and I'm like, I really hope people don't drag them like through the mud in the comments section, because clearly they're just human beings and there's so many words that sound the same or could be mispronounced. It's just like, it's an inconceivable amount of words. Alright, that is step 3, let's say. Step 1 was getting her naked. Step 2 was taking off the Game Boy player and the serial port cover to make certain that the SD2SP2 was put in place. This is step 3. Take the lid off. She's kind of a beaut, isn't she? It's sad. Oh, I found a little piece of plastic from something that chipped off. I don't know if it just gets brittle over time, or if it chipped in transit when it came to me in the first place. I certainly don't remember, but the GameCube itself is fully functional. Yeah, so I bought this thing mod chipped with the intent on buying like 100 stack of mini DVDs. I don't think I ever really got that far because they were getting harder to find, so I bought this thing with the intent on burning all of my games. But now time has passed and there's no real reason to play burned discs anymore. So all in all, I don't think that I'm too butthurt about the fact that I bought a chipped thing for way too much money at the time. And those of you at home wondering, like, well, can you even put a GCLoader in a GameCube? My understanding is yes, because you're taking out the part that is chipped on the mod chipped GameCube is the actual drive itself. So when you take the drive out, you're removing the mod chip with it, and then you'll be putting the GCLoader in its place. Well, that's fun. Yeah, so it shouldn't be a big deal. We'll find out certainly as... Okay, back again. I'm just going to kind of feel my way through this. You know, there's a big difference between Ben Heck and myself. So if you're thinking like, wow, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Come on. We're all figuring this out together. I could watch a tutorial, or I could show you. That's really not that complicated of a task, and that all of you should be buying this right now. Go online, see if there's any plug and play GC loaders, and really get into it. I'm having fun so far. Just sharing my time with y'all. I'd also like to follow up that sentence with, I don't generally say y'all. I'm from the Midwest, but I don't know where those people are from that say y'all, but I was born in Oklahoma, raised in Kansas, moved to Chicago, came to Kansas City, Missouri, and this is where I'm at currently, and I've been to all those places, and people say y'all like everywhere, so I really don't think it's only a redneck thing. Does that sound bad? Okay, I believe we can take this fella off because he's in my way. We got some screws up front, it looks like, as well. Oh, and there's one on the back here too. I wish I had like a lazy Susan underneath this, because that might be the smartest thing, so I could just keep rotating it with ease. No, come on, buddy, you can do it. Don't know if I needed to. Yes, I think I needed to do. Yep. So if you take the two screws out on the end, that will release the fan mechanism so that you have access to these other three screws right here. Really hoping that all these screws are the same size too, so I don't have to worry about what goes where. And, okay. Looks like also, if you can see, maybe I can tilt it a little bit for you. 1, 2, 3 screws on the back. On one is placed in between the two video outputs. Then there's 2 on either side of whatever that fella is. If you look really closely, you might not be able to see it. I have a break in the post, a crack in the post where the screw is. Obviously, whoever put this back together after chipping it really over-tightened the screws. Hey guys, don't do that. It doesn't take a hacking, modding genius to say, like, don't ever overdo anything. So that's another reason why I want a black one. I mean, I always wanted a black one because they look cool. Look at this. Look at this. Good grief. That day can't come soon enough. Yes, there are ways of repairing that. I know for certain that you can use epoxies and things of the like, but This thing was held together just fine before, so I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, so what do we got next? It's completely clear on the one side, the back side, and this side. I can lift it up and it only stays in place in the front. It does look like there are 4 little itty bitty screws that hold in the back side of the controller ports. This might be too big of a screwdriver to, yeah, because I'd be messing with soldered posts. Give me just a moment here. I've got my mini tools. So ultimately what my plan here is, it's not enough to just put a GCLoader in there. You gotta have, I mean, anyway for me, a good amount of space on the memory card, so I will be putting in, come on buddy, focus, doesn't matter, 256. 256 is what I'll be putting in. Looks like that's about as close as I can get with that zoom in terms of making it focus. Ooh, this will be difficult to get them out because they're very small. Oh, actually I have tweezers for that. They're very small, and this is not a God dang it, a magnetized tip. One of these days I'm going to find a way to just magnify a screwdriver. I'm going to, wow, it's incredibly long for what it is. I'm going to find a way to just magnify a screwdriver at home so I can just magnify all the stuff I already have. Do I keep saying magnify? Are you kidding me? Magnetize! One day I will figure out how to magnetize all the screwdrivers at home. And that way I don't have to buy anything new. There, that was what I was trying to spit out. Man, hope you guys are having fun with me. Plenty of people were like, hey Brandon, you should talk. And I'm like, you guys don't want that. It's easier for you to read and there's a lot less stupidity. But you know, you get to see me and hear me as me is. Got my new camera from RetroWolf88. Go follow his channel. It's really great content actually. I honestly truly like it when he has his mom play games. It's hilarious. But he sold me his camera so he could upgrade, and so I got a 4K camera out of the deal. Obviously there's a little bit of autofocus issues, but other than that I don't need the focus that often, so it's no big deal. Okay, there's little bits of shielding here that came loose. Wow, look, another post, you guys. I really bought this. I really bought this from a human being. Like, to this day, I've never even played a burned game on it. That's not true, actually. No, that's not true. I take that back. I had Swiss on my memory card that plugged in the front. Through one of the memory cards that has an SD card slot in it, and then I burned. I had Swiss on that, and then I burned a copy of Action Replay to test it. So that's as far as I had gotten with it. Okay, so that's that. Now that should all come up. I have all. There we are. So that's the meat and potatoes of it. If you have, what has this been, like 5 minutes to just take the screws off all 4 sides of this thing, you're like halfway done, because guess what? There's some screws here. The drive comes away. Here, GCLoader PNP goes on there. God, it's so hard for me to remember all these letters. Your GCLoader PNP goes on there, and then it goes back in, screws will go back in, and you now have a much better way to play your backups. So I'm going to take a small break there so I can clean this up, all my extraneous stuff here, and then we'll continue. Okay, so for this segment I got the other stuff out of the way, just so we can focus on removing these screws with this screwdriver, and you know, I just wanted to focus on that and not have all the other distractions in the way. One. So yeah, I'll do another video when I get a black GameCube shell. You know, I thought for certain I could just buy like shells online, but those days are long gone. Those, like buying like clear shells and all that stuff, man, I can't find any of that online. Yeah. So I'm just gonna have to buy a broken one. I did bid on one that was fully functional for like $30, I think, and that was about as much as I was willing to spend on something that I was just gonna use for the shell. Sure, I could have like sold off the rest of it for parts, but it just didn't seem like I should buy a completely working one just to take its shell. And that's another story too. When I first got this chipped GameCube, I went on an expedition to find a GameCube shell that had one of the tray doors that actually let you use a whole DVD, because I couldn't find the mini DVD blanks anywhere that were affordable. So, but that was also an impossibility. In fact, I did find one, and they were trying to sell that stuff for $90, and I was like, no thank you, good sir, it's not worth it. So that's kind of why I never got this chipped GameCube off the ground. And the reason I bought a chipped one of all things is just because at the time there's no soft mods for this. And honestly, I was on an expedition to mod every single system, and I still am. If I don't have a modded system, I buy, like the PS4 for instance, I had my system that I bought and then I modded it on 505 and I just stayed there forever. And then for my birthday, my friends got me a PS4 Pro. So, yeah, I now have one modded one and one unmodded one. But anyway, this is done. So this comes right off. There's oh, look at that. I don't know if you could see it. The little blue guy right there is the Zen GC. I don't know, I think it was the Zen GC2 if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, that's it. I'm guessing it just bypasses some check. So yeah, I would sell this if anybody is willing to buy it though, because why not? If you don't have an ambition to buy a GCLoader, or you have a chipped GameCube already, but the whole thing failed, and you already have a whole bunch of burned discs, and you'd rather not redo everything, let me know. It's totally functional. I just don't have a use for it anymore now that the world has moved on. Okay, so where are we at here? I don't think I need anything else from this. I'm just double checking before we end this segment of it and I move on to the next one. Yep, no, I think that this is just all one piece that we just set aside. Okay, so that's what we're doing. See you back here in just a moment. So this is my GCLoader in this box. I took the sticker off so nobody can get snoopy. It's pretty cool. I had already opened it up just to check it out. And if anybody's interested, it's Black Dog Technology. They recently changed their website too, but you could still go to shop.dansprojects.com and it'll redirect to their new site. I do remember the tweet said that, so shout out to Black Dog Technologies. So what's in here? It's obviously not very big. Okay, little screws and what looks like a grounding washer. Nothing else. Trash. Goodbye. Should turn up my gain and have some ASMR here. So this is the meat and potatoes of it. It's not very big. In fact, if you compare it to the size of this is the SD card slot right there. So it's maybe only about the size of like 1, 2, 3.5 total SD cards. Very small. There's a very clicky button there. I enjoy those. I know there's a name for it, like little tactile switches. Anyway, yeah, so there's already posts on it, and they have little protective films. I'm not entirely certain the purpose of that. I mean, who cares if the little metal ends get scratched? Maybe it's just to prevent dirt? Oh, probably. How could I be so stupid? Okay, de-stickered. Now I just gotta de-sticker myself. My fingers are too fat. Okay, groovy. So, one thing you'll see is that there's a connector on it. Just there. This guy is about nothing more than an inch tall. The GameCube disk drive also has that same plug. So clearly it's going to end up plugging into the system that way. That is going to be its connectivity. So the original disk drive has that hole there, would sit here, and that connector would drop through here and plug into the system itself. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, gentlemen, germs, ladies, how does this go in? Oh, I bet it goes this way. Okay, so everything I just said was slightly wrong. You just rotate it the other direction. So it'll sit like that, and it will plug into the thing. Okay, I like this. This is incredibly simple. It does not take a rocket scientist. I'm all behind this. Okay, so can I zoom any further? No, that's about as far as the zoom goes. I can technically bring the camera closer. However, it took me forever to set it up in this position. I'm still learning, you guys, so have some faith here. One day it'll get better and better, and you know, pretty good to you guys. I don't turn on ads. I think that's ludicrous. I'm just here to make some fun little videos. I only have like just under 300 followers, so or subscribers. See, that's how not used to YouTube I am. I just said followers. Alright, so I've lined it up. The screws go through the same screw holes into the new screw posts of the GCLoader. Groovy. There's one in this hole right there. They did only give one washer. I don't know if it matters which screw that you put it on. I can't imagine that it actually matters, just for grounding sake, just as long that it's grounded to the shielding. If I did this more than once, I might, I could always make a profession out of it. I doubt I can make a profession, but I could do it more than once comfortably. Alright, the second one is in. 1, 2 so far. Number 3 is going to go over here. Doesn't quite exactly line up. Oh, there we go. I'm always willing to take constructive criticism, so if there's anything I need to do better, like shut up, or just have the camera closer the whole time and have it be tighter in on me, or anything, just let me know. Maybe you just will only want more GameCube videos. I can do that. That's dope by me. So let me know in the comments. Alright, that's the end of this section. I will see you back in just a minute. Again, I'm going to clean this up, move some stuff back around to make things easier. I'll see you here just one tick. Initially, I was going to clean all this up, isopropyl alcohol and the like, wipe it all down. But since it's still functional and I had no issues with it, I'm going to wait until I get the new shell to clean everything up. So I'll be opening this up again naturally anyway, because I have to change the shell. So I'm not going to worry about dusting it and things of that nature. We are just going to snap her together. Let me bring this into the shot a little bit better. And this is our beautiful mistress. She is taking over for the wife. Should just be able to lay, oh yeah, you just lay it right back in place. It has like a satisfying, that's due to Nintendo's design. Plug and play. That's it. It's in there now. All we have to do is put the screws back in. Wow. You guys, I'm impressed. Again, many kudos to Black Dog Technologies. Okay, so should I start from the same place where I ended last time? Put it together. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do it that way. There's so much more space and room now in here. Put the little shieldings in place. There's my tweezers. That made my life much easier. Put the other one in there. beautiful. You can't see it, and that's fine. I'm not going to rotate it because I'm just holding the stuff in place and I don't want any of it to fall. But once I have one screw in, I could probably rotate this a little bit better. But it's literally the opposite of what we did before. Just keep the controller port straight up and down, and then twist in the screws. Oh, once you get the tip of it aligned. Oh my god, this is so frustrating. There we go. It's so small. I hate small screws, but I know it's part of the whole world of getting your hands dirty. Alrighty. Well, okay. So So what's the deal with that there? Why are you like that, buddy? Old pal. Those are fine, and you go in like that, and you go in like that. So why is slot A's memory card cover being strange? I'm going to have to rotate it my way so I can look at it. I apologize to those who wanted to see. Oh, okay, it was just ever so slightly out of place. So I'm going to put the screws in this way so that I can hold it like this. That's in. Boy. I've cursed at myself a lot less in this video. I mean, you guys never hear that kind of stuff in my older videos where I just don't worry about recording my voice, and I just do, and I have fun, and then I just cut the audio entirely and put music over it. So you don't really hear me cuss when I have like little screws go awry and move out of their place. But you're going to hear it a little bit more now. I'm also wondering, should I even have music? Should I just have it be a nice, peaceful video like this? I think I might do a music or two. Oh, I see what that's... Okay, hold on here. Because this post is not in place. That's the problem. Because this stupid post needs to be turned 90 degrees. Got it. Nice. Okay. Now I'm going to work on the fan side again, because that was the only other complicated part. So 3 screws go here, and then the fan goes back on, and 2 screws go on the end. And yes, Brandon from the past, these are all... Oh, I can use the bigger screwdriver again. These are all the same size of screw. I was kind of contemplating in my mind like what to call the video, what to make the video thumbnail say, and I was like, oh, should I call it like how to install a GCLoader PNP? But then like I just realized at the start of my video, I was like, hey, I'm gonna make mistakes, but you can too, and it's okay. And that's true. So maybe I should call it something like install a GCLoader PNP with me. Install a PNP with me. You already know what I ended up calling the title. Nevertheless, it's always something that you have to consider. You don't want to like come off as being incorrect, like, you didn't actually teach me anything, says one commenter. Says how to do it, but really you didn't give a step-by-step. You're right. So you're just kind of discovering this with me, but honestly, if you didn't learn one thing from this today, if you only will learn one thing from this today, you should keep track of your screws. I bought one of these silicone mats because after seeing plenty of people have them and how they're used and things of that nature, I was like, wow, that's incredibly cool. They have magnetized ones. Ah, I said it right that time. They have magnified silicone mats? No, they have magnetized mats as well, so you don't lose your screws accidentally, and I probably should have got one of those, but it'll be okay. They do have these fun little, like, you can't really see them from where the camera is, they have these fun little numbered things, so you can remember what order you took the screws out in and then work backwards from there. But this did not have that many screws, so I'm not too worried about it. Plus these extras, you can't see them, from the bottom of the disc tray. I'm gonna keep them in this little bag that the GCLoader screws came in, just for the fact that if somebody wants to buy this chipped tray from me, or disc drive from me, they can, and they'll already have the screws just in case they need some perfectly good screws. And these screws are not stripped or anything. Again, if you're interested, just mention it in the comments. Okay, so we now have this side done. Got the fan all back in there beautifully. Let's, ooh, was I supposed to have done the back first? Because there's one screw hole that is exposed, and I don't have one of those like side, well, it wouldn't even matter if I did have one of those special screwdrivers. I'm going to just undo this one screw right over here and see if that'll give me just enough leverage. Oh, I can actually put that one in there to just get the screwdriver in there. Just enough, little bit of wiggle room. A wiggy, wiggy, wiggy room. Come on, buddy, get in there. Hot dog. See, look, I made a mistake, and the world didn't end. That wasn't anything bad, it was the screw tightening. Okay. Now I will put that last screw in on the side. Huh. Does it? Oh, it does. No, it doesn't. So why is that screw? Oh, the post underneath that is broken. Man, you learn a lot of things about the things you take apart. There's dust in here too. Again, I will tidy all of this up at the end when I find myself a new black shell. Or if anybody just knows a website that sells GameCube shells only, because it is impossible on eBay to find one. Should I be a little bit closer there? Yeah. I mean, it's not like you need to see 100% of this. Maybe I even speed it up in editing. Again, you'll know what the outcome was. I don't even know right now. It's so weird how time works. See, you can just hear these little things want to strip. Alrighty. We're down to the last quattro. And I'm excited. I will eventually buy one of those SD card extenders, and you'll see what I mean here in a moment. It's not anything I'm focused on at this very moment. I'm going to see if they sell black ones. I'm guessing they do. So that it can match my eventual black shell with the custom GameCube gem that I'm going to have printed for the top. Alrighty. How am I missing a screw? God, I kind of just don't care because maybe I was missing it all along. But again, since I'm replacing this, I can only assume that it doesn't really matter. But now I'm bummed. Well, what can you do? Alrighty, let's put the back of this back on. I said, let's put the back of this back on now. Ooh, funny. Super funny. Okay, there we go. Yes, because the power supply lines up. There we go. I keep forgetting this thing's upside down. No, it's right side up. Man. I need a nap and a lunch. Although that's true because my stomach's rumbling, but that's neither here nor there. Alright. The top's going back on now. Y'all. Cool. Alright. We're just gonna flip this and keep this party going. We're not gonna stop and do a little cut. No, no, no. We will, though, swap this for the I already forgot again. I'm thinking it's this bigger one, right? Let's find out. It fits. Yes, it is. God, I'm terrified to put this together because I just feel like it's gonna be poopy. Oh, well, it tightened. 1 down, 3 to go. Oh, 2 tightened. I'm really trying to not over tighten it though. Tighten. T-I-T-A-N. Tighten it. Ooh, that's as far as I'm going to tighten that, because it definitely feels like it could go tighter, but I don't know that I want it to. The other great thing about not having ads is I can play copyrighted music, and, well, that's not true actually, because they could still pull my video. But I'm just saying, if I happen to sing a little bit of a song every now and again, it won't hurt me. Because I was just about to sing a song that probably would have flagged some kind of copyright. Alrighty. Oh no. You guys, do you think that's a screw or do you think that's a plastic piece? Should I take it back apart? Alright, I got the time. Let's find out what that sound is now. Y'all. Yeah, whoever the assembler games person was did me dirty. I don't remember the seller, obviously. It was pay me through PayPal, thanks bro. I wasn't even certain that I would get the thing. I was scared, but you know, other people had given the guy a good rating, so you just kind of have to trust that it's going to work out. Ah! Yes, it is our missing screw, and it was right on top, so I don't have to try that hard. I'll put you in. I'll use the small screwdriver since it's handy. I bet somebody watching at home saw exactly where that screw was sitting, just screaming at me. Sorry, y'all! Alright, so now let's go ahead and put the backpack on. Yes. Yes. Yes! It's survived! It's not alive, but it made it. I've got some delicious leftover pizza from last night that I want to reheat, and I'm trying to get to. Leave a message leave a comment down below if you too have leftovers to eat. I just want to thank everybody for staying with me through this whole thing. It's been a really fun treat for me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, last screw. Now, in this video, it's just about the assembly of this. I'm not going to show the formatting of the SD card or anything. It was just, you were here as part of my journey, taking this GameCube apart for the first time in my life, and putting it back together. Oh, I bet I could put this fella on there now. I did already put homebrew on the 1 GB SanDisk. Hell, I don't even think I need a screwdriver. Can I just... Yeah. So that's ready to go. I just found the newest version of Swiss online and I put that on there. That's all I should need. And I don't remember the name of the GameCube player feature enhancer thing. You'll have to forgive me. But if you guys want a video on how to set up the SD card in the SD2SP2 and the GCLoader PNP, we can do that. Okay. Well, there she is. Like I said, I'm going to eventually get the SD card extender that goes right there. And that way you can just slide the card of your choice right in the top. But yeah, I mean, it's staying solid, so I have no complaints. My power button's a little grayed as well. She's a beaut. That's about where I'm going to wrap up this video. I really appreciate anybody that watched this. I'm just literally doing this for fun, and I hope that other people appreciate what I do. And you know, we all start out as novices, and while I've done a handful of videos where I've opened stuff up so far, I'm definitely not your Voltars or your Ben Hex or your anybody else, whoever you watch on YouTube that disassembles and reassembles, your Elliot from the Retro Future. I'm just a fella that likes to do this stuff so he can have his systems modded. I have a lot of content coming. I took the time to get a new camera. I took the time to get proper lighting and proper tripods and things of that nature, just so I could do this better, just so that anybody needing help might be able to find a little bit of solace in what I do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, because you've earned it!